gift of life. Oh my God, why is it echoing?
I haven't heard anything.
Oh.
It just sounded normal on my side.
Oh, that's creepy. Okay. Glitch in the Matrix stories. There's a lot of wormhole. That sounds interesting. I used to live in a town in the mid-north coast of NSW, Australia. I don't know what that is. It's littered. I mean, I know what Australia is. I just don't know what North Sydney or I don't know, NSW. It's littered with small towns up and down the Pacific Highway. Some as close to 10 to 25 to 45 minutes. The town I live in, A, is roughly 26,000 residents, with a neighboring town, B, at about 13,000 residents. And the time it takes me to drive from one to the other is about 25 miles. So A to B, 25 minutes. Sorry. These distances.
You're on 60 miles per hour here.
I was not prepared for a math quiz right now.
Going pretty fast, but in the small towns, yeah, I don't know.
I'm so mad. Okay. These distances come into play a little bit later. A to B, 25 minutes. Got it. I also lived in a town, C. How many towns is it?
We should break out the pad and pen for this one.
I need a whiteboard. Oh my God. Okay. In a town, C, 10 minutes from the bigger one. Which one's the bigger one?
Wait. So A. So C, 10 minutes from A. Okay. Right? Because that's the bigger one with 26.
Okay. He gave us a resident. You know what? You're right. Okay, common sense. Come on, Nicole. Ooh. So to get from town C to town B would be roughly 30 minutes. 10 minutes from C to A. I have to go through town A to town B. So my ex-girlfriend and I decided to go to town B for the evening to spend some time with her friends who live on the other side of town. Jesus.
We're adding more math.
So 15 minutes added to the drive. So all up the drive is about 45 minutes total from the friend's house to ours. I drove as I didn't drink all the time. Oh, at the time. So she can have her wine. I can't. So she can drink her wine and spend time with her girlfriends. End of the night comes, about 11. We decide to leave. I don't speed when I drive, and it's normally only a few kilometers over the limit. If I do, it's only a few kilometers over the limit. A 45-minute drive home, so we get there at about 11:45 or 11:50. We should. So at 11, we leave, get in the car, get to the highway. I glance at the clock on the dash. It said something like 11:05. Got to town A approximately 11:15. And home at 11:20. Oh. Got home and looked at the clock. It's 11:25. We lost a whole 20 minutes of drive time. They could have just said that. You don't need to have this whole freaking algebraic equation. I'm so mad.
I'm really curious about the comments on this one. I really wonder if anyone else had trouble with the math.
You didn't lose time. You gained.
Yeah, when I did the math, you gained time.
Very interesting. Time is super weird in general, man.
I do agree that the last 2 weeks of July did feel like 4 days. Oh, I have that story. So I had that time when I was with my boyfriend and he was staging the house and I was dreaming, but I was dreaming as if I was walking with him. So like I was asleep, but like he later corroborated that this is the path that he took while he was staging. And then I went and I said goodbye and I was going back to my house and I kissed him goodbye and walked to my car. And then there was bright light. And then I woke up in his bed because I took a nap because I'm lazy at night and I was tired. But I woke up with a scar that's like below my belly button, and it's just like a straight line, but it looks like I had surgery and it was like cut. It's still there. Like there's scar tissue. I never had surgery. I never had anything. It wasn't cut. There was no issues. But I didn't notice it until I took a shower. And I'm like, what is that? And that happened that day. And I still have it to today. And I'm like, aliens? Or I just went through a different time loop.
2 of us teleported and now things are off. I guess you mean weird. 2 of us. I apologize if this doesn't make sense, but I'm freaked out and have no idea how to explain this. My coworker and I were driving back from dinner to a place where we were staying at. We have driven this route a handful of times, and we were very familiar with the surrounding area. It was a 7-minute drive from the restaurant to where we were staying. Okay, so we left the restaurant, headed straight drive for about 2 miles, no turns until we had to take a right turn into the parking lot of the property that we were staying at. As we approached the hotel, a tall Courtyard by Marriott sign was visible, as was the building. We were a block away from the turn, and we just suddenly weren't. We were all of a sudden driving on a highway, about to take the exit on the right. It was immediately apparent, and I said to my coworker, "Wait, something is wrong here." And he replied, "Yeah, what the hell just happened? We're just about to turn into the parking area." I told him to pull over, and I looked up on the maps where we were. The map showed we were 20 minutes away in the opposite direction we had come from. It was physically impossible, and the time on the clock was still the same as it was when we were next to the hotel. I don't understand, and neither does he. And he doesn't want to tell anyone because it sounds crazy. We teleported 20 minutes away. It was the single most disorienting feeling I've ever experienced. But now, after that, I feel like everyone in my life has just changed. Everyone feels so distant. I can't shake the feeling that something is really very off. Please help. What do you think happened?
That one's different. It reminds me of the times when I try to wake up and like you're going and you're doing it, but then you're waking up again. Like it reminds me of that. I mean, it's possible. I can't really work my way around this one to make it not sound possible.
I feel like on a paranormal level or a more spiritual level, they shifted timelines.
Mm-hmm.
And if everybody in his life is different, then they shifted to a parallel timeline. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna put it out there. That's what happened.
Or they were abducted.
Aliens. Restaurant disappeared, but then was back 3 weeks later. Maybe it got shut down. There's an amusement.
Food poisoning, and those those places that closed down because they got a really low food score, and then they like clean everything out, and then all of a sudden they're back up and running again because we fixed the problem.
I don't think that happened here. There's an amusement park in my area that my wife and I go to every now and then. On the exit to get there was a Wendy's on the left-hand side. My wife and I stopped there quite a bit for lunch before going on our previous trips. 3 weeks ago, we went, and the building and their large highway sign were gone. The building was just not there. And there were a bunch of semi-trucks in the parking lot. No signs of anything. We figured the business closed, and they leveled the building. Fast forward to yesterday. My wife and I were coming up on the exit, and to our amazement, the building was there. With the large highway sign, the building looked just like we remembered it, and we were both baffled at what we saw, as we knew it was not there 3 weeks prior. My wife isn't one to believe in paranormal oddities like this, but she admitted it was freaky. Has anybody experienced this? That, I want to explain it away that they just didn't know they were going on the right exit, but I guess if you're taking it all the time.
It says every now and then. So I've come to places that like I normally go to, and I think that something's normally here when it's really over there. And then I think it's something. But I mean,
Two people
were really skeptical in this situation. But it's possible. I've seen a lot of movies like this.
Oh my God, it's disappeared. Mirrors. Maybe there was a magician that day and he was just using an illusion with mirrors. I'm just saying. That could happen. Chris Angel.
Just a giant mirror.
They did that with the Eiffel Tower. Explain this. A few months ago, I picked up my wife at noon. She had her iPad with her. We and our daughter, that's weird. We and our daughter went several places over the next 5 hours. My wife never got out of the car. We came home and it was missing. I went and looked in the car. It wasn't there. Then I remember my wife had a tracker on her phone. I got in my car, drove about a mile, got out, started walking towards the signal. A woman came out when she saw me and asked if I was looking for something. I said, yes, an iPad. She went into her house, brought it out, and said a stranger gave it to her and said it was lying on a wall in perfect condition. I guess I need more context.
I mean, they have a kid. Like, that's all I can think about.
Because the wife never got out of the car, though.
But they went with their daughter. So
Yeah.
we have combined, we have 5.
True.
And even though, we might not be going with our stuff, they might be going with our stuff. I mean, it's awesome that they still had it, though. Because usually when you lose something like that, it stays lost.
And that's the glitches in the Matrix. If you have a story to tell us in the comments below. Make sure you like and subscribe. See you next time.